Hi, I'm Allison Crane, Family and Consumer Science Agent with the Garland County Cooperative Extension Service, part of the University of Arkansas System Division of Agriculture. The CDC has recommended that everyone wear a face mask in public to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. I'm going to lay the printed side down, and I'm going to take the lining and I'm going to just divide it up and smooth it out here. Snip off my threads. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and with the right side together, I'm going to fold it over, lining this up nice, because I do want to reinforce that edge while I'm working with it. Although this won't be out and exposed any. Now the original pattern did not show doing the insert, and so I added a note on Facebook that would show how to do that in what this next step I'm about to do. I added a step into making this because I wanted a wire nose piece, and this pattern did not originally do that. I'm going to stitch right here where this, because I'm going to close this off, and this is going to be kind of form a little pocket within the, and I don't want the wire to slip back and forth. I want it to be stationary. And I'm going to leave this side open until I finish with my wire. People have used pipe cleaners, they've used all kinds of things. I wanted to use floral wire because it has a cover to it. And so what I do is I measure from the stitch line to the stitch line, and that's my fold. So that's where I'm going to fold it. Then I'm going to bend it over, and I'm going to take my cutter. So then I'm going to twist these together. Now one of this is just really cheap florist wire, but it's very flexible and very forgiving even, you know, like when you're having to fit it over and over. So I'm twisting it. Now my ends here, I don't want to leave those where they're sharp and pointy, so I'm going to take another piece. These are just jewelry tools, but you can use anything, and yeah, just twist it over and kind of pinch them together. All right, so you're going to poke it through the end here, and then just draw it in till it's all the way in. The next step you're going to do is you are going to make your marks on the edges so that you can create your pleats, and you want to do the marks on both sides so that you can get it even. So I just use my guide here and measure, and I take a marking pencil, but you can use anything even if you don't have a regular fabric pencil. and stuff, because this is not going to show. So anything that just gives you the markings. So I do 1 inch and then another inch, then a 1/2 inch, then 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch. To make your pleats, you're going to take that mark and you're going to fold them together. And then when you do that, you want to make sure that you keep your edges straight. And we're just going to put a pin in place for that. So then I have that 1/2 inch mark. So I'm going to bring that other 1 inch to that. That way, you know, I've got my pleats all nice and even. They end up about the same amount. You know, when you're sewing stuff, you know, it's hard to get everything perfect, especially for something like this. You know, I'm sewing this pretty thin. Yeah, so that measures out all right. Okay, and I'm going to baste along the edge here. Now you can do it just using the presser foot, or you can do it over to the side. I am going to do it over. I'm going to switch it over so it's really close to the edge, just because then later on that stitch line, it guarantees me that it won't show through. So now we've got those even. 2 pieces of fabric, 6 inches by 1 3/4 inches. And you're going to take it and you're going to fold it over, like so. And again, I'm just, you know, if you really want to be neat about it, then press it. But for time's sake, we're just going with this. Now, elastic is a precious commodity right now. I have just a little bit of elastic left. And so what you're going to do is you're going to pin your elastic into place, or you can also use bias tape, which is now kind of hard to get in this town. Or you can make your own string out of a t-shirt. I have a pin on that on my Pinterest page. Extension Home Life with Allison Crane, and you can just go to that and see it. So you could do it with the elastic, or you can do ties. You'd need 4 ties, 2 for each side, and you would pin those into place. Now you can go back and stitch, but because I'm trying to streamline this process, I'm just pinning it. And you overlap your short piece here, and you're going to take it to the edge and overlap it so it's going to go over and across. And I'm going to pin that in place. And put one in the center to keep it where it doesn't slip while we're stitching. And then on this side, when you get to this edge, you're going to want to cut it where you've got, again, about a 1/2 inch or so that you're going to fold around to the back side and pin again. Finishing up this side. Fold this over, and then you're going to take it and fold it again, so that makes a nice neat edge. Now when I'm pinning this down to do that, I do like to tuck that to make sure none of that is going to stick out, and you want to pin it nice and even. Just in a couple spots there, just It'll be pinned down, making sure that you're not getting your elastic, or it would be your straps if you had that. Now on this one, I'm shifting my needle to the left because I want to do it fairly tight along the edge here. Nice and stitched down. Normally when you're top stitching, you know, you don't want to back stitch, but for this, because I want to make sure it's reinforced, I'm going to back stitch. I'm just going to go and stitch right along the edge there, making sure you kind of need to, in the center, you kind of need to push it down a little bit to make sure it doesn't shift on you, so that you go evenly across. Some of the other patterns call for, you know, 2 different types of fabric so that you have an inside and an outside, but this one, because you've got this edge here, that can be your outside, and then you know that the inside is does not have the flap there. So, and there you go, a mask.